Manhunt underway over the killing of an elderly man in Shatin. 4 newly elected lawmakers take their oaths of office. Suspect in deadly Texas bombings blew himself up after police chase. Hello, good evening. Police are hunting for the suspect involved in the death of a 67-year-old man following a fistfight. Witnesses said an argument between 2 elderly men turned physical at around 3:30 at Shatin, Slakyun Estate. The victim fell unconscious after being punched in the head by the suspect, who then fled the scene. He was certified dead at Prince of Wales Hospital. Police have listed the case as murder and are hunting for a man aged between 60 and 70. An alleged murder is proving to be a headache for local and Taiwanese authorities. Without extradition arrangements between the two places, the trial of a Hong Kong man who reportedly admitted to killing his girlfriend in Taiwan is now left hanging. This couple's Taiwan trip ended in tragedy. The 20-year-old girl's body was found in the fields and her boyfriend reportedly admitted to killing her. Authorities are left in limbo as the case did not come to light until after the suspect returned to Hong Kong. Without extradition arrangements between the two places, Taiwanese authorities can't take action against the 19-year-old man. Prosecutors in Taiwan have requested Hong Kong authorities to pass over the suspect's statements. Hong Kong police officers also went to Taiwan reportedly to obtain the victim's post-mortem report, closed-circuit TV footage and other records.
The vision of Hong Kong 2030 Plus is to make Hong Kong a more livable, compact and sustainable metropolis. First, people-centric planning for a livable, compact city. Second, diversifying our economy and embrace.
No word yet on how to proceed. The local man at the center of the alleged murder earlier appeared in court to face theft-related charges. That's for withdrawing money using his girlfriend's ATM card and keeping her possessions. 52-year-old allegedly killed her grandson in a Wan-Chai hotel room on Sunday appeared at the Eastern Magistracy today. A preliminary autopsy suggests the 6-year-old boy was beaten to death. The court heard that a knife was found on the defendant and police asked for more time to examine the evidence. Today's hearing was originally scheduled for Friday because the woman was hospitalized, but it was brought forward after she was discharged this morning. The case has been adjourned until June 13th and the suspect was remanded in custody. 4 newly elected lawmakers were this morning sworn into office. When they took their oaths of office, no one altered the wording. But as Caleb Long reports, there was still drama.
Legislative Council President Andrew Leung administered the oaths of office for the 4 winners of the March 11th by-elections. First up, Gary Fan of the Neo Democrats. Then Pan-Democrat Au Nok. But not all in the electoral chamber welcomed their new peers. New People's Party's Regina Ip and Ms. Yoon chanted shame on burning the Basic Law et al. And briefly left the chamber. Another newcomer, Vincent Chen, Democratic Alliance for the Betterment and Progress of Hong Kong, also had his fair share of objection from some lawmakers. Eddie Chu shouted shame on the DAB for giving out lucky bags, accusing the pro-establishment party of giving out goodies to its supporters. The fourth to take his oath of office was Tony Tse, who made a comeback to LegCo by winning the architectural, surveying, planning and landscape functional constituency seat in the by-election.
我同好多打工仔一樣，每日都搏到盡。退休未諗啊。
The MPF Default Investment Strategy, or DIS, has been launched. Key features are automatic reduction of investment risk according to MPF scheme members' age, and globally diversified investment. If you've never given investment instructions, your trustee will send a notice to let you choose whether to invest your MPF benefits according to the DIS.
地盤見你哋係咪去咗考公民測試，註冊做師傅啊？調咗你跟做開嘅工種註冊㗎啦，我就註冊咗啦。其實咧，專工專 專責規定實施咗啦，冇技工註冊就唔可以喺地盤獨立做翻做開工嘅。
老豆，我哋都去建造業議會註冊咗啦，
有咗專業資格，周圍都揾我哋開工，所以咪少見咗我哋咯。
而家我哋個個都係師傅嚟㗎啦。
For lawmakers assuming office today, the legislature still has 2 seats waiting to be filled. Caleb Bloom, TVB News.
Another local travel agency went bust. At least 200 people fell victim to Action Travel that was still selling packages over the weekend. Police arrested 2 people on suspicion of fraud. It may be called Action Travel, but customers won't be going anywhere. The travel agency in Jiamate closed down last night. All that's left is a notice on the front door about operational difficulties and that its board can no longer function properly. Police put the number of affected customers at more than 200. The amount involved? $3.6 million. Earlier tonight, officers arrested a 46-year-old man and a 54-year-old woman from the agency for fraud. They also seized some documents and computers from the premises to help with the investigation.
We are looking into the books, which at the moment it seems to be quite messy and not very well maintained.
喺群組裏邊咧，
前我已經學到呢一行嘅知識同技能。
On a daily basis to buy travel products and pay in cash. The Travel Industry Council is also appealing to those affected to seek assistance.
We have urged the travel agent to issue all those franked receipts to the customers as soon as possible so that they will be eligible for applying compensation from the Travel Industry Compensation Fund.
The Travel Agents Registry has temporarily suspended Action Travel's license and referred the case to police and customs authorities for criminal investigations. Now to news about our company. TVB snapped a 3-year decline in earnings last year. For the year ended December 31st, 2017, revenue from continuing operations rose 3% from 2016 to $4.34 billion. Profit attributable to shareholders fell 51% to $244 million. The company will pay a final dividend of 30 cents per share, as well as a special dividend of 70 cents. TVB Chairman Charles Chan urged the government to loosen up its regulation on product placements. Otherwise, Chan said the industry would struggle to survive, as a slump in advertising income has made 2017 one of TVB's worst years over the past decade. Health authorities say the current winter flu season may be over as early as the end of this month. The Center for Health Protection noticed a drop in flu cases among students and the elderly. There's also been a decrease in the number of patients admitted to hospitals with flu. With only around 20% of students receiving flu shots, a pilot scheme may be launched later this year for medical staff to give the jabs at schools. The city's top court today granted leave for 13 protesters to appeal against the sentences. They were earlier given jail terms for storming the Legislative Council building during a 2014 protest. Christy Lang has more.
All 13 defendants were earlier granted bail, except Raphael Wong, who is serving jail time for a separate offense. They stormed the Letgo building in June 2014, when lawmakers were discussing funding for the government's Northeast New Territories Development Plan. They were brought before court and ordered to perform community service. But the Secretary for Justice asked for a review of the sentences, and they were subsequently given jail terms. Today, Chief Justice Geoffrey Ma questioned whether the prison terms of between 8 and 13 months were so heavy that substantial and grave injustice has been done. Director of Public Prosecutions David Leung agreed that 13 months behind bars may be excessive, as there were previous cases where the starting point sentence was only 6 months. Still, he stressed that the matter is on the length of the sentence, not the type of penalty. The top court granted leave for the defendants to appeal against their sentences. It will also look into whether 2 of the protesters should have been given lighter terms by a lower court, as they were under 21 years old at the time of the protest. Bail was extended for all, except Rafael Wong, who is in prison. Their appeals will be heard on September 7th.
While the judiciary did not say why today's hearing was moved to the High Court, sources revealed that is because the prisoner's stock at the court of final appeal is too small to cater to the large number of defendants. Christy Lang, CBB News.
Sources have indicated that the government is planning on a cash handout to those not covered by alleviation measures in the latest budget. According to the sources, there will be a $3,000 cash handout to all permanent residents aged 18 or above who did not benefit from the budget. The money will be distributed through the Community Care Fund. Chief Executive Carrie Lam admitted that the caring and sharing measures in the budget were not comprehensive enough. However, she insisted the proposed benefits are not the same as a universal cash handout. Overseas now, the suspect in the deadly bombings that terrorized the city of Austin, Texas, blew strap up. Authorities have identified him as 24-year-old Mark Anthony Condit. Motives for the bombings that killed 2 and injured 4 others remain a mystery. Police said over the last 36 hours they have zeroed in on the suspect and located his vehicle at a nearby hotel. The Austin police chief said they were waiting for ballistics vehicles when the suspect drove.
We began following the vehicle, again waiting to get the tactical vehicles here so we can take this, make a stop. However, the vehicle ended up stopping in the bar ditch on the side of the road behind us. As members of the Austin Police Department SWAT team approached the vehicle, the suspect detonated a bomb inside the vehicle, knocking one of our SWAT officers back, and one of our SWAT officers fired at the suspect as well.
To another school shooting in America. This one happened in the U.S. state of Maryland. Students at Great Mills High School ran for their lives when a fellow student opened fire in the hallway. 17-year-old Austin Rawlings fired a handgun at 16-year-old Jalen Willie. A 14-year-old boy was also shot. Within seconds, a school resource officer exchanged gunfire with the shooter. The entire incident was over in less than a minute, leaving Rawlings dead. Police believe he had a prior relationship with the girl he shot, who is now in critical condition. Cambridge Analytica, a UK-based data mining firm that worked for US President Donald Trump, has suspended its CEO. This after Alexander Nix boasted of his influence on the outcome of the 2016 US presidential election. Authorities are now bearing down on both that firm and Facebook over allegations Cambridge Analytica used data from 50 million Facebook users to manipulate elections. Alan Doctor reports.
Britain's Channel 4 News broadcast clips of an undercover reporter posing as an agent from Sri Lanka, interested in hiring Cambridge Analytica to influence elections there. Cambridge Analytica CEO Alexander Nix boasted that using personal information gathered with the help of Facebook, his data mining firm helped win the election for US President Donald Trump.
All the data, all the analytics, all the targeting, we have the digital campaign, television campaign, and our data following strategy.
Nix claimed to have met then-candidate Donald Trump many times. He said his firm sent emails with a self-destruct timer to make its role more difficult to trace. Following the airing of the story, the board of Cambridge Analytica issued a statement saying Nix had been suspended, and Facebook issued a statement saying it's hired a digital forensic firm to collect whatever data it from Cambridge Analytica. The creator of the World Wide Web says the damage has already been done.
And there are new elections later coming up. Other people will be elected, and when they're elected, we can make sure that supports electoral system better.
Facebook stock plummeted as regulatory authorities focus on data misappropriation.
Originally may have been academic, but they kept data and then started using it for political purposes too as well.
So this is not technically a Facebook data breach. It was more like a data leak, in that even though that data was taken with permission, the way it was used was not used in the way that somebody had leaked.
Facebook wouldn't answer if founder Mark Zuckerberg would appear before British and American government committees that want to talk to him. Cambridge Analytica, meanwhile, denies any wrongdoing, and the Trump campaigns it did not use data provided by the firm. Alan Murphy, TVB News.
Sports now. In the NBA, All-Star Anthony Davis scored 37 points to lead his New Orleans Pelicans. The struggling Dallas Mavericks at home. Jeff Tang takes a look.
Dirk Nowitzki is still chugging along fine after 20 years as he led the Mavericks to New Orleans. Here's Harrison Barnes with an uncontested dunk as Dallas led 30-29 after one quarter. The Pelicans jumped on the Anthony Davis Express to lead by 2 at the half. Nowitzki continues to climb the all-time lists. He's 11th all-time. Despite solid performances from the bench, the Pelicans struggled to hold on to their slim advantage.
On the three. Look at that move to the defense by
Davis drilled a 3 to tie the score at 80-all heading into the final period.
Davis, a three-pointer.
The Pelicans found another gear in the last 12 minutes. Ian Clark scored 19 off the New Orleans bench. Dirk also scored 19, a team high. The Mavericks ran out of gas down the stretch. Davis with a game-high 37 as New Orleans won 115-105 to tie the San Antonio for 5th in the Western Conference. Jeff Tang, TVB News.
And a look at the weather. It will be mainly fine and dry with temperatures between 15 and 23 degrees. And that's the news. Thanks for watching.